taking me so long to get to it. I pulled out some about 15 minutes of clips. It's gonna take longer to get through that because you know me, I like to yabber on. So we'll just get right into this. So we first started off working with kind of deep overheads. I think Tammy gets pushed back. She's a nice deep ball, and Mo kind of pops in. But one thing I just say is a little dangerous. So Deb kind of ran in without kind of seeing where the ball was, and that she kind of paid for that. Here we go. Kind of to play the other side of it. That's when you don't hit a deep overhead, it really does invite a nice counterattack. And Margie hits a nice ball down the line. Good shot. Nice deep overhead. Middle. Good. Now I guess from here, so the ball at this first, well, let's just back all the way up here. So here's the overhead. There's that nice middle. And from here I sure would like to see this. There's a lot of real estate to be worked with in that alley. But at least you stay control and a great use of a drop shot. Good ball, Tammy. There you go. There we go. Angle. I think I'd like to see a lob there by Deb, but another thing too is here's that, and then you kind of see I would like to see Margie coming over to the middle more to cover that middle, because you can see there's a huge when the angle volley happens, there's a huge hole opens up right in the middle of the court, and that's a big easy target for that volley. That's a nice stick by Mo. Good job. Nice. That's good. So this is these are my kind of favorite points. Really not exciting points. Control points. Deep. Now you can see Margie gets, I wouldn't say she gets pushed back, but definitely a little bit pushed back. She chooses to drive. Now that's not an easy volley. But what I really do like is that Mo takes that ball, keeps it right in front of her low, holds her position, and Tammy is just now kind of coming right into the service line. Again, that's that positive court position. You can see it's a low ball on Margie's racket. Mo is about halfway up the service box, and Tammy is holding her position on the service line. So they're both up, but they're just a slightly staggered. Nice deep overhead. That's good. Let's see, yammering on about something. Here we go. That's a tough ball. Deep, that's it. It's tough. That's good control. See that one again. So nice, gets pushed back. Control of it. That's tough. That's tough. Deep. It's a great deep ball. You can see whenever you can push your opponent back, it's always a good thing. See, Deb gets pushed back. Middle. Middle. Again, one of those real not that exciting points. But to me, it's just controlling the point. Sorry, that's not what where are we? Here we go. Deb. Control. Nothing too exciting. Down the middle. Nice control. Low. There's a mistake. I like points like that. Deep. Nice. Now, again, these are why I love this kind of hover and covered rush and crush. So here's the overhead. You know, Deb doesn't crush it. A nice control deep. Tammy moves in, but right there, here, this is the part that I love. So look again. You know, Tammy moves in, but look what Deb does. She's hovering, and so now she's looking for that lob over Tammy's head, and it comes, doesn't even miss a beat, goes back to get it, and there's a mistake. because that's the time, that is the time that Mo and Margie should counterattack. The ball, they get it over the net player's head, but that ball drops right kind of at Mo's feet, and there's a mistake. Again, I love plays like that. I love plays like that. So deep, middle, angle, textbook. Love it. Nothing too exciting. Push back, middle, middle, angle. Love it. Love it. Love it. Deep into the feet. Still. Now, again, I am playing both sides of this equation, if you will. Even though Deb's on top of the net, Margie chooses to drive it. Whenever you drive a ball low, even if they're kind of looking for it, look how, obviously, whenever you drive the ball low, you are dealing with the net. But if you have the shot, it's still a tough ball. The only thing I would say to Margie is I don't have a sense that she was automatically coming in here. We'll just kind of watch it in real time. Because if that ball dribbles over, that's tough. So if you're going to drive it off that overhead, I would automatically go in, personally. That's it. Again, these are the kind of points that I love. Just that we got kind of a deep overhead. Middle, mistake. Middle mistake. You hit a ball low down the middle, even though your opponents get a racket on it, they just don't do much with it. Because I would say that's pressure, because there's a sense to, I'm obviously making an assumption, but here there's a lot of pressure now on Maureen to come. Now, because, well, I'm going to start back up. Let me backtrack a little bit. Now you'll see what Tammy's doing. She's coming in because now once that ball is at Mo's feet, there's no lob threat anymore, and so now you'll see Deb and Tammy are now kind of next to each other. That's when you want to be both in, when there's no more lob threat. Now you're like a wall, and now you want to put the pressure on the person hitting it inside the service line. Love it. Where are we? Okay. That was the beginning of a good counterattack by Mo. So and this is the problem. It's kind of a short overhead that allows Mo to step in and crunch it. But good volley though. Yeah, and Mo, I don't know if you can hear, but she said I got a little excited there. But still, at the end of the day, it's just one of the simple rules of tennis. Make them hit one more ball. Mo almost took this point away, but Deb made her hit one more ball, and it went Deb and Tammy's way. That's the deep overhead. So you'll see, Deb, you didn't kill this overhead by any stretch of the imagination, but watch. So Mo's on the baseline, and watch her first step now is sideways. You can just see, whenever you can make someone go from this position to that position, good things are going to happen. Love it. And there's the miss. Again, that deep overhead. There it is. Kind of a nice deep overhead. Now, again, that's why I'm such a fan of lobbing off overheads, because I just feel like you're inviting trouble when you drive the net player who's already sneaking in. Low ball, deep, great counterattack. So you'll see here. So let's see. Deb goes back. So that's not. That's a heck of a lob. Boy, I love how you closed in on that too. So let me show you here. So first of all, let me right. So This is the second ball off Mo's racket. That's right at her feet. And you can see Margie's playing back a little bit, and so you can that tells you how good of a lob that is. There's that middle. Well, now here's what I love about this is so from here, so now, so look what happens here. So basically, Tammy and kind of Mo are both around the middle of the court. Ball goes low, and now Mo goes running in front of her. And for a second, you can just see Tammy's holding her position. So she holds, and there's that staggered kind of positive court position, and she comes right back in to finish it off. Good job. Beautiful overhead. Oh. Here, that's a nice shot. That's a kind of a lucky finish, but here's a shot that I really like a lot. So first of all, look how good of an overhead this is off Margie's racket. Deep. It's hard to do much with that ball. And this is one of my favorite plays. You get pulled out wide, take it down the line. Down the line. And now, so you can see, and what I love about this, well, a couple things. So now, let me back up. I know I kind of bounce around here a lot. So let's start over here. So here's the overhead. I love how Deb pops to the middle. Now this is one thing I really like. So Tammy hits a cross court to the ad side alley. Deb holds her spot in the middle. So now, if you're Mo, you're below the net line, and because you're below the net line, that angle to Deb's alley kind of evaporates. Deb is plunked down right in the middle. Now there is a hole between them, and I think that's where she goes for it. But you can see that hole can be easily erased by Margie coming right back, and that's an easy forehand volley. Now still, that's good. That's good defense by Tammy. Still, I love so. So look what Margie does. This is one of my favorite points of the match, or the practice. So freeze. Now look what Margie does. She goes forward again, moves into this volley, hits a really good volley right at Tammy's feet, who plays amazing defense. But Margie's still ready, and it's another tough ball, and she's still ready. And so Margie wins that point by just staying on high alert, because Tammy and Mo did everything to steal that point away. So just good stuff all around by everybody. Boom, nice overhead. That's all right. If you're going to be, and Deb was super aggressive, and it's been working, and it didn't work that time, and well, so what? Great shot, Tammy. Nothing's perfect. Boom. But again, and this is what happens a lot in doubles. So I would say right now the advantage is, because of the overhead, which it wasn't that difficult of a lob. I'd say the advantage is Deb and Margie. Now it's getting more and more neutral. Now it's getting very 50-50. But even now now I would say it's maybe favoring Tammy and Mo, because Deb's got a ball below the net line. Clearly Tammy and Mo are moving forward, but she doesn't panic. She stays very relaxed. She's able to hit a low ball, and then you can kind of see what in the Mo's got that kind of big, at this moment, that big backswing really costs you right there. But a lot of times you'll lose control of a point, and it'll even get back to neutral. But if you stay calm, you can still, finish them off. Middle. That's good. That's it. Oops, sorry. There we go. Boom. There's that middle. That's tough. That's a nice shot. And that's a nice counter attack. There he goes. That kind of short. So once it's kind of short, the problem with that short ball, the problem with that the ball lands short, it's kind of easy to kind of do whatever you want with it, and that's easy to pop that over Deb's head. But you'll see Deb and Margie though are almost in a bit of an I formation, and Margie is ready for this shot. I would probably prefer to see to lob the counterattack. So where are we? Oh, let's see. We're here. There's a lob. There goes the lob. But Margie's ready for it, and here comes Tammy and Mo. I think I would like to see the lob. But that's a great shot by Mo, and boom, there you go. Good counterattack. So here's the funny thing is that, and obviously I was just referencing someone not lobbing, and you can see just how effective a lob is. I mean, a lot of times people just don't lob, and so Margie hits the overhead, Deb closes in tight, and now all of a sudden this lob is really wreaking havoc on the overhead side. And so I mean, and I think a lot of times it's like, why wouldn't people lob all the time? And I don't know, because I do think it's probably the most effective shot off an overhead, especially in an offensive overhead. That's tough. Again, you can see how well that overhead. Oops. Well, kind of went away there. I'm not sure what happened. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's just pick this up from here. Nice overhead. Great lob. Now, all of a sudden, there's a lot more lobbing going on, and I think that by default will that's going to keep that aggressive net player at bay. Good stuff. Middle. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a nice ball by Mo down the middle. Good. There it is. But you can see. So to me, that point, here's where the point's won. The point is won right there. That's where the points really won. And to me, that's cleanup duty for Tammy. So I always like to give a nice shout out to the setup person. Setup right into Mo's feet, sets up the angle volley. That's dynamite. Great overhead. Great. Middle. Good cover by Mo. That's tough. That's a great low ball by Deb. Middle. Angle. Perfect. Deep middle. That's great. That's just a nice deep middle overhead. That's a tough shot. Hot to handle. That was in, I guess. Yeah, that was good. Good shot. Deep. It's too good. Just big, deep overheads. Easy power too. Oh, beautiful. That's awesome. Again, that kind of middle opens up, and middle sets up the angle. Perfect. Boom. Great point. That point. That's one of those points where you just hate to see someone lose it, but good counter. That's a nice lob on the overhead. Way to move in. Way to take that net away from the overheaders, if you will. Everybody's fighting. Someone's got to win. Mike. Sorry, didn't mean to keep that one in there. Oh well. Too late now. There it is. That's the one. That's a great shot. I'll tell you though, but this is, now I'm just kind of nitpicking, but here, oh sorry, oops, we get to see it again. All right, nice overhead. From here though, I'd like to see, so off this next volley off Mo's racket, it's a low ball. I'd love to see Margie crashing to the net, because that ball goes right down the middle. And I feel like they lost an opportunity. That's a nice volley by Tammy. Nice overhead. That's beautiful. That starts with a nice deep overhead. That's a tough overhead. That's a nice. Now you can see it's, you can see where Deb's playing that from. What's that? 5 feet behind the baseline, and then it's a tough finish. I like that. You kind of see what happens here. Again, this is a little nitpicky, but it's okay. So I think you kind of see Margie kind of jump the gun a little bit, which I'm always kind of a fan of, the kind of anticipatory movement, if you will. But that you can see is that the ball is really getting away from the middle. It's much more down the deuce side, and then now there's a hole kind of over Margie's head, and now that's the danger of taking that overhead down the line, because so you can kind of see Margie's moving forward, which that opens up that space right behind her, and then that becomes a little more awkward. I think we now switch to first volleys. Nice. So we're nice low volley. See, that's, yeah, so this is just, to me, not really a super exciting first volley. It's just, to me, it's rock solid. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. So here we go. So that's one of my favorite places to hit that first volley in the deuce side. So a couple of things let's backtrack though. So the ball, so you can see right now, Margie's taking a volley. Well, even though she's behind the service line, but it's kind of high, and most players in Mo's position are going to shade, at least shade. You can see right there. Mo takes a step to follow the ball. Not a huge step. It's enough to keep the middle open though. And now the ball is down the middle. And so now Deb's taking, though she's taking it as a forehand, she's much more in the middle third of the court. And that allows Tammy to kind of park it right where she is. And so now this happens all the time at all levels. So now Tammy gets to take that little step in, and there's definitely a sense by Deb and anybody in that position that now I have to thread a needle. I've got a ball low. Margie's right on the service line. Tammy's well inside the service line. If there is a lob, Margie's still in a great position to run it down, but definitely kind of forces the deuce player in Deb's position to kind of thread a needle, and that kind of forces a mistake. And that's really, this is that, I keep mentioning that positive court position. This is almost a textbook example of it. The ball is low middle, Tammy's in, and then Margie's right. I'm sorry, is that Tammy? Yeah, that's Tammy, sorry. And Margie's on the service line, and then you just kind of waiting for the mistake. That's good. So even again, so here's just a first volley goes middle to, but still you can see it goes middle, and even it goes to Mo's the net player, she is not in a great spot to handle it. And it's not her own fault. It's just that's why I'm not so opposed to going at people if you can hit them low, because it's kind of a tough reflex volley. And she does a pretty good job with it, but Margie and Tammy are still in very much control. And then watch, and you just, to me, this is subtle stuff, but Margie hits a kind of good ball right in front of Deb, and Tammy takes that step, and I think that might have been enough to change Deb's mind. I'm not 100% sure, but you can see how I would think that. Good deep ball. Now, to me, a couple things here. I feel like kind of a floaty volley. And lucky now Tammy's quick, so she is able to track that down. But I'm really gonna play that as a. I would personally almost always play that as a lob, kind of that floaty. I would hate to see that because if Tammy stays a little bit further back, it's a little bit easier to get, but she does track it down quite well. And but still, middle is always a tough shot. And Tammy gets a great shot off in the middle. Look where that ball bounces. But if I was going to nitpick again, at this moment that ball goes back, I'm not sure I'm going to give Tammy that much credit. She's going to be able to get this ball. If I'm Margie, I'm not sure I'm going to give her this much credit that she's going to go over my head. I might just park it on the service line. Because if Margie would have parked it on the service line, that ball doesn't drop at her feet. It's actually a pretty easy volley to probably finish the point on. It's easy from back here. That's a great shot. And so here is where again there's nothing wrong with angles, and I don't want to imply there are, but watch what happens when it's big. It's an angle volley, but it really doesn't. It's not really penetrating. It's not an offensive angle volley, and that really forces it really forces Deb to go cover that line. And now you can see she's leaning to the left, and now a lot of shots open up. There's a big hole in the middle, and and I think the question, I don't remember what more Mo go on this. She takes the angle, but you can kind of see at this moment right here that angle to middle is wide open, and that's pretty much Tammy's going to have to cover all of that. Mo goes for the angle, great shot. There you go. There's the middle. Now, obviously, the danger of the middle is that pesky net player in front of you. So, if you pop it up, she's now in a really great position to do something like that. Nice shot, Margie. There it is. That's the ball I like. That's tough. Now from here, this ball more in the middle of the court, freeze, keeps Deb much more in the picture. And you can see now Deb's coming back into the play, and that might have whether it did or not, whether it affected Mo, it didn't. I mean, Mo still got a good shot off on, but with Deb coming back in, I think Tammy can worry more about her side. And so a nice low ball. That's tough. Middle. Man, I love that. Boy, I love that. Look at this. So you got to be patient. You got to let these points develop. So you got the backhand. So from here, even though it's a bit of an angle, you can see how Deb can really park herself right in front of that ball. And so that's not a bad ball by Mo. But then from here, but it does sit up a little bit high. That does not really allow Margie to close in. And now the ball's a little bit low. So Margie is on the service line. So let's back up a little bit. So now we're going to back up a lot. So here's that ball off Mo's racket, a little high. It's a low volley down the middle. You can see they kind of collapse on the middle. Angles open up. So this is one of my, again, another one of my favorite plays. You know, very finesse too. Very finesse. Kind of a neutral volley, low middle, angle. But none of those volleys were that exciting, but you put them together in a package and they're quite nice. It's a pattern, if you will. There you go. That's good. Oh, sorry. There's that middle volley. Perfect. That's just great. Way to go right back down the middle. Low ball. Low ball. Forces the mistake. Again, these are my favorite points. Kind of blue collar, nothing that exciting. Mo takes that step in. Just working it. Forces the mistake. Low volley, low volley, low volley. Love it. Finesse, control, patience. Low. It's tough. That's good. Low volley. Great. That's good. Way to take that point away, Margie. That's a good way. And again, what Margie did well is she hits it and watch this, goes forward. You know, she's not running in, but just continually moving forward. That's great. Low. That's it. Way to take that point away. That's it. When you got two players already at the net and you get a ball to drive, you got to hit it. Margie hits it and just gets in there, puts the pressure on. Good stuff. Boom, again. Sorry, I guess we just saw those 2 points again. That's it, but still though, I like how, where are we here? That's right. Look what we got here. Sorry, I lost my place on my video thingamajig. Here we go. Let's try this again. There it is. Pressure. Still though, pressure. Watch where this volley lands. Right? You know, it's beyond the blue line. It's deep. You got both players moving in on you. That's great. Love it. Everybody's moving forward. Everybody's moving forward. That's a great finish by Maureen. Good job. Good volley. There you go. And see, again, what makes that volley good is deep in the corner. And anytime you pull someone off their spot, and watch Tammy's first step, and their second step, back. Right there. Back. Good things are going to happen. Again, there's that positive court position too. Because Tammy's backing up and that ball is maybe chest high, shoulder high, I like how Mo is hanging a little bit. And so, but Margie's well inside the net in a great spot. This is that positive court position again. And then there's just the mistake of forced error. Forcing the error is a favorite way to go. Deep volley. Patient. That's it. Man, I love that. So let's see it again. Deep volley. Boom. You can just that subtle thing though. Look. Pushes her off her mark. She's not going to get a lot on it. Comes in for the kill. Don't be afraid to go at the net player. Deep. That's low. It's great shot. It's a little short. I'll tell you, but you can kind of see. not a horrible volley by Mo, but watch where this one lands. It's a lot shorter, and that allows, and you can see that really allows Tammy to step into it, do a little bit, have a little more control, and do a nice little shot like that. Good play. Nice counterattack. Oh, sorry. What happened here? Where are we? Good. And just look at that. This one comes in a little hotter. You know the difference of some of these good volleys and batter. Wait, no, not batter. They're all good volleys. It's just the subtle differences are ones that land a little deeper, a little harder. They're coming at you. They skid a little more, and that might be the difference between a mistake and a winner coming at you. Push her back. Love it. Way to be ready, Mo. Middle. Oh, come on. That's not fair, but that's a good point by everybody. I like the first volley. What happened here? That's it. But where are we? Oh, sorry. Let's find that again. Deep. It's a good shot, but Mo, you're ready for it, which I love. And now I love how Tammy comes in, and you can kind of see. Now look what happens here. Tammy comes racing in, and she's now in front of Deb. Deb's the one hanging back, and now Deb and Tammy are in positive court position. Ball goes down the middle. Tammy moves in, hits a beautiful drop shot. That's a great counterattack. There you go. And just to keep everybody honest, send one down the line. Send one. Pretty shot. That keeps everybody honest. Good. Tough shot. Not sure why I have this in here. Let's see. What happens here? A deep volley. There you go. Yep, that's out. So yeah, that's just a nice. I guess yeah, I know why. It was just a good example of a deep volley. Deep, push her off her mark, and there's a mistake. Good play out some. I think we're playing out some points here. Nice return. Oh, that's a good, nice slow ball because that was actually a good return. I love how Deb comes in. You know, but you can see though, because that return goes a little more to the alley, Mo kind of follows the ball. That opens up the middle. That's a tough shot. Good ball. See, I would argue this is not the end is not where the point was won. It's a good return, and I'm going to say right here, what Deb does right there, moving without the ball, and then what she does, she recovers a little bit, but stays in kind of tight, sees what's going on again, closes in again. Great move without the ball. Really wreaking havoc when you don't have the ball. Let's watch that again. These are some of my favorite points. Good movement. And again, I think couple things. When you know your partner is aggressive, obviously Mo knows Deb's game. So Deb's aggressive movement's not, you can tell, if you just watch Mo here, it doesn't bother her at all. Doesn't bother her at all. Doesn't phase her. Beautiful job. Boom. There you go. I didn't get much examples of point play. I know we think we're running out of time here, but this is our last point I have on for us. Great. Say it one more time. It's that Marky's got that nice overhead. Boom. Sees it, backs up, finish him off. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.